Okay. Alright, it doesn't have enough quite yet. Where'd this go? Oh. Handling the magazines is pretty hard because they'll like flop out and crap. Oh. That's where my 9mm bullets went. Just shield this for a minute. Oops. Okay, fine. I'll get it back. Well. Oh, you wanna see something cool? How I'm doing this in this game? I just had to figure this out myself. You do this. You do it like everything. You can disassemble them too. So for instance, the Beretta, you can field trip it. So first you wanna take out your magazine, clear the chamber. The slide stop works too. I'm going to turn it over on its side. There we go. Look at this. Just like you would on a real one. And you clear out your recoil spring, guide rod, and then clear out your barrel. You can disassemble it more. Oh, I broke the hammer. Ah, there we go. This will come out somehow. I think it needs the trigger pin. Does it need the trigger pin to come out? It might. Well, yeah. So you take it apart. Not just that. You can take these rounds out the magazine. And I don't know if they go back in. The projectile can also be taken off the bullet. And then you have your casing left. RPGs are probably the coolest thing in here. I kinda don't want to blow up anything over here, because that's the thumbnail. Need to move it away. I'm trying to be easy with it right now so it doesn't implode in my hands. Alright, there we go. Oh. Alright, I'm just got to move to it. So to get these to work, an RPG is, of course, a rocket-propelled grenade. Oops. And this is the 7. Usually you'll cock the hammer there. You can see it behind the trigger. But here, you just pull the trigger. Where did that go? As you can see, it literally broke the RPG-7, including your front sight, which can be folded. And I'm going to show you another thing about the RPG. Very iconic piece, so the sides do fold. And this actually comes out. This is the rocket-propelled grenade. This is what fires out of it, of course. But this thing is more than meets the eye. This is, I believe, the igniter. Once shot, this pops off in the staging. The next thing that is deployed are the fins of the rocket to keep it stable. So when it is deployed through air, it will spin, thus creating more speed so it can get to its target quicker, which this comes off too. Then you just have your rocket propelled grenade. This is the detonator on the end, this gold piece. And I don't think you can detonate these by hand. Another thing, you can do this with grenades too. Really works with any type of weapon in this game. These you want to be very careful with though, because it can explode. And that means you'll have to throw them out. But not only can you do that, this game is called Disassembly 3D for a reason. That's the coolest thing. You're going to be very careful when you handle this, because the ring can accidentally pop out, and things like this will roll closer to your grenade. And of course, to take apart the rest, this doesn't make sense because this will still blow up. So when you pull out the ring, everything shakes off. This here will explode. I think you can do this with the detonator. The detonator, of course, works for C4s. Well, we have that in this game, don't we? I don't know if this can be taken apart. For sure, it probably can't. Oh, okay, can. I just don't know if it'll work without its antenna, because that's how it receives it. So we'll go ahead and lay one here. We get the runner about 50 seconds to start, and then the detonator will then be pulled. But as you can see, with without that antenna, it cannot start. But with it, starts. Which means you have approximately 42 seconds till this thing goes completely. I'm gonna wait till 20. Oh crap. Oh. Move the piece away from it. Bye-bye. Kaboom. Give me a second. This has been Disassembly 3D. I might make this into an episode series. Because honestly, this game is pretty fun. Especially when I figured out you can manipulate the gun in every way how. Literally. Every way how. Especially applying with realism. Whoever made this game was a tough cookie. Notably part of the smartest person I've ever known implementing these graphics in some type of game. There are things like aircraft fighters and all kinds of things in this game. Especially the ones that you can make shoot. So you take it, hold, aim it. Another cool thing about this thing, of course, this game has to be realistic. If you're gonna make a game like this, you have to stay to realism. So what did they do? Well, hell, they made an auto ejector seat. Just located right here, under it. Which I can show you actually, because it is meant to then pop out. When the driver is in very bad stakes, engines are blown out, about to hit the ground. Normally, this will deploy off. Let me reset that one more time, because I accidentally did that. Ads are retarded. But you can zoom in. You can take the view of the cockpit. So usually what I do is get as much of the land as possible. Kind of like this. Seat it back down and touch on the cockpit's aiming area. So what it would naturally do, you need to get somewhere close to it if you want to actually be stuck to the chair. Then now to get the guns can be checked over here on the rear. And of course these were set to being able to, say, shoot like a real minigun. I believe this is a 30mm gun. And I believe you can just take it out and shoot it. The missiles are manipulable. Well, that is it for this one. Hope to see y'all next time. Please subscribe, dislike if you didn't like it, and like if you did. Maybe even leave a comment. Doesn't have to be a nice one.